man, I'm back, DJ Chase, with another reaction, man. I'm back in the building today, man. Today, I'm talking about Noriega. He was interviewing French Montana and like getting advice for independent artists. So I just wanted to like kind of get my reaction to it and get my opinion. Once again, this episode, this reaction is brought to you by rapmarkets.com. The new radio show, No Playlist Authority, on DJ Chase Radio, the mobile app, man. Groove are the hottest platform to get in touch with playlist curators, get real feedback on your music, and podcast directory. Use a promo code DJ Chase. But once again, this is Drink Champs Noriega. He's asking French Montana about any advice. As you see, my question is kind of famous. Any advice for independent artists? And I want to kind of get my breakdown on it. So just check it out.
For people like that's in the Bronx and Harlem and Brooklyn or Queens, that want to take the independent route, what kind of advice would you say to them that want to be independent but still want to be added to that radio show?
Just have your bag up.
Okay.
Now, French is definitely right about this one. Like, he's definitely right. You got to have your money. Being independent is expensive. You got a studio. You got an office space. You got to sell merch. You got to have a website. You got to have an app, subscriptions, everything. Let's check it out.
But like, the labels, they strongest suit is dumping a bag on you that you never get to recoup.
Mm-hmm. And that's true. Like French, excuse me, we were around the same age. He's, I think, a year older than me or 2 years older than me. And, coming around that time, he had to start with the DVDs, CDs, you know what I'm saying? It's not easy being independent. Let's check it out. You definitely got to have your money up.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like, I got a chance to get a couple times, you know what I'm saying? But then, now it's you know what I'm saying? So I guess I remember bumping into Clef one time.
Yeah, man, I met Wyclef at a studio one time. Dope guy, dope Wyclef. He's talking about Wyclef. So you definitely got to have your money up being independent. You got to have a lawyer. You got to have copyright. Even copyrighting your music is expensive. Paying for beats. You got to pay for everything, because a lot of times artists today, they spend so much time listening to people who've never seen a royalty check, who've never got, you know what I'm saying? They just make money buddy hustling, basically. Let's see what else they got to say.
At the studio, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Wyclef. And I was like, yo, bro, he was like, man, the best advice I give you is stack your money up, because one day you're going to have to go to war without these labels.
Mm-hmm. And once again, I'm not a big, like I said, if you get a label deal, go for it. You know what I'm saying? Get that bread. If somebody paying you, and that's a misconception. A lot of times people say, oh, you want to be independent. Independent is hard. It is expensive. Let's listen to what French got to say.
And that always stuck in my head. So when I start dropping all these hits and this and that, I mean, no problem with the labels, because they all help, you know what I'm saying? Right. But there's no way why I shouldn't be making money off Unforgettable.
Right. Yeah, that's crazy. Unforgettable is a huge record. I'm a DJ, but let's take a listen and see what else you got to say about it.
Why I shouldn't be making money off Pop That on my first album, or second. We got so many hits, you know what I'm saying? Like, the hits speak for themselves. I haven't made $1 of Unforgettable, and it's almost double diamond.
No, that's wait.
Man, that is crazy. You know what I'm saying? But, the advance money, you know what I'm saying? You need that bread sometimes, I don't know the particulars of his deal. I don't know the particulars of his situation or what label he was on, you know what I'm saying? But I know from my experience, like, sometimes it's okay to do deals, you know what I'm saying? It just depends, man. It's a tough business, because they kind of box you in, these companies. And not, like I said, labels are great, you know what I'm saying? Having a structure, having a facility, signing artists. Like me, I have a publishing company, you know what I'm saying? So, you need talent, you need people to make music, you know what I'm saying? Music is not going nowhere. Music is a great export, you know what I'm saying? The number one export in America is culture and music, you know what I'm saying? Let's take a listen to what they got to say.
Double diamond is $2 billion?
It's 20 million.
20 million.
It's about
20 billion.
That's 20 million is sold.
No, that's just in the States. Around the world, probably like 84 or something like that.
Yeah. What you mean you ain't make $1? How much money they spent on the record?
Yeah, that's crazy. So that being said, they probably spent a lot to push it to make it double diamond. So that's probably why. Once again, I don't know the man's contracts. I don't know the man's, label situation. French is a good guy. Like I said, I never met him, but I know his come up, you know what I'm saying, from the Bronx or being from New York. But once again, like I said, labels are not bad. A lot of times people don't, and just read the contracts and, you know what I'm saying, know what you get into. Like, sometimes it's a trade-off, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he wouldn't be where he's at if he didn't, sign away the masters to Unforgettable, whatever, you know what I'm saying, whatever the deal situation was. Let's take a look. I think it's just more opinions after this, but I'm gonna check it out.
I'm saying when you're coming up as an artist, you're not really looking at that.
Mm-hmm.
You're just looking at
looking at that upfront money
because you're trying to get your bag up. You know what I'm saying? Then once you figure out that you're making money in the back end, now you want the back end too. So it's kind of
Yeah. He's right, man. Like I said, these companies, man, it's tough because, like I said, you have to sometimes give a lot and get less back to get to, you got to move forward sometimes, So it's tough. Once again, this is an episode clip from Drink Got Jams. So I kind of was like looking at, and I was like, I wanted to give my opinion on it, my reaction to it. As I said, DJ Chase, I think that's a little bit more.
not fair. You know what I'm saying? So you can't really be mad at the labels because you're supposed to look at all that in the beginning.
Yeah, man, we out of here. Once again, WDJCDB, DJ Chase Radio, man. Shout out to Drink Chance, man. Like I said, I thought it was a dope clip, and I wanted to share my expertise on it as somebody who signs artists. And like a lot of artists, they always ask me, advice. So once again, the record label Cheat Sheet Volume 2 out now. The official book is on Amazon. Go stream that. Once again, I do not own any copyrights. Once again, shout out to Drink Champs, Nore, Max B, French Montana, DJ EFN, everybody who was in the video or the clip, man. Once again, Instagram _DJ Chase _ TikTok DJ Chase DJChaseRadio.com. And I'm out of here. Once again, no playlist approval. Shout out to this new sponsor, rapmarkets.com, and I'm out. Gia.